Well, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Today on the table in front of us, we have, well, something new to the channel and new to the collection, although this is not a new knife. This is the Reate baby machine, and this is a Tashi Bharucha design. You can see his logo right there on the blade. So when I first got this, I thought for sure it was going to be too small for me. And then I realized that his design allows for a lot of hand on what is a very compact knife. Now, this is RWL34 steel. Reate tends to do that. They've done a lot of knives in that, and I enjoy it. It holds an edge very well. It is really stainless. It is generally a good steel. It's not a super steel, but this is an older knife by today's standards, of course. But it is an excellent steel, and so far I have really enjoyed having this thing. It is a smaller knife, as you can see. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the specs while we've got it up here on the table. If we line the blade up, we have 1, 2, 3 inches exactly of cutting on, just about, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, just under 3.5 inches overall of RWL34 steel. The knife itself is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 1/4 inches long. The grip area, and this is interesting because it does involve this full choil up here. The grip area from just behind the blade is 1, 2, 3, 4 full inches of grip, which is why even on a very compact knife, and this is a very compact knife, I get a really nice grip on here. This thing is marvelous for push cuts, excellent for draw cuts because of the overall shape. The action is Reate superb, although that was really poorly done. It happens that way sometimes. The design aesthetic is a little, well, it may not be for everybody. I really do enjoy it. This large sort of, we'll call it the large Spidey hole, because I guess that's what it is right here. Some people have a hard time flicking these. I like it because it allows you to roll the blade. You can thumb the blade, and you can Spidey flick the blade. And I just love multiple deployments. This one happens to be blue. Not my favorite thing in the world, but you take what you get sometimes when you're hunting an older knife. The overall knife when closed, now this is a real joy, is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1/8 inches long. It is reasonably thin. It is just at 1/4 inch. Excuse me, 1/2 inch. I know what I'm doing here. It is just at 1/2 inch at its thickest part. The pocket clip is nicely done. It is not monstrously deep carried, but if we slide something under there, there isn't that much knife sticking out, really. And it does a nice job. The pocket clip is interesting. It is milled titanium. Oh, excuse me, I bumped the camera. It is milled titanium and has the same hole pattern on it that is shared with the rest of the body of the knife, which is very nice. This knife is one of those, and you know I talk about this a lot, that brings aesthetic to the table without losing functionality. And in fact, this is simply one of the most functional knives I've gotten my hands on in a long time. It really is a great EDC. Now, they make a version of this that they sell on drop, and I cannot remember the name of it right now. But it is a very popular design. Let's go ahead and get some comparisons out of the way so we know, for those of you that are interested in that sort of thing, what we're looking at in dimensions. Here it is against our old friend, the Rat Model 1. And as you can see, the Rat 1 is considerably longer. But if we bring the blades to a matched line, you get maybe 1/8 of an inch more cutting for all of this additional handle back here on the Rat 1. I would do it evenly like that. And you get all this extra handle, but no extra blade. And that is a well-made and good compact knife. Here it is up against our friend, my friend, man, I love this thing, the Bug Out. And as you can see, these knives are almost exactly the same length. Of course, this is considerably more expensive, but you get titanium, RWL34 steel running on bearings. But that's a really good size comparison. This is a small knife, but much like the Bug Out, who managed to make a small knife with a handle that even somebody with giant meat hooks like mine can hold on to. The Bharucha design down here is the same. It is really comfortable, even in my larger hands, and that is very, very nice. Let's go ahead and weigh it out, just so we know what we're talking about. Now, I don't have my calipers. Again, the house is in a little bit of turmoil as we figure out how to live with the new stay-at-home procedures enacted by our social distancing and the requirements that are laid in for that. But we can weigh it, and I think that's an important thing to do. This is 4.1 ounces. Now, that's a little heavy for those of you that like the ounce per inch of blade length. But the way this thing is designed with all the smoothed edges, it drops in and out of the pocket so smoothly and beautifully that that little bit of extra weight really isn't going to make that much of a big deal for you. At least doesn't for me. So what do we get? What's the end result? Well, this is one of those sort of unique small knives that work even for somebody with hands the size of mine. That is good design. It really is. You can still find these. They are still out there in the world if you're interested. Hunt one up. I think you would really enjoy it if you enjoy the way this knife looks at all. Now, if this doesn't appeal to you, then ignore it. But if you're interested, I recommend this knife. And I didn't think I was gonna, because again, when it came out of the package, I thought, well, sure is tiny. And then I opened it and got a hold of it and realized that, no, it is just a well-designed small knife, and that works beautifully for me. We're going to go ahead and close this out now. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Reate Baby Machine, designed by Tashi Bharucha. I have been a Therapeutic Edge. You have been my amazing audience. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.